All right, so today we're diving into something a little unsettling, to be honest.
Yeah.
This is one of those deep dives that's it's going to be a little bit tough to listen to.
Definitely.
Um, we're looking at a YouTube short transcript. The title of this short is "Triple TTT's Only Purpose in Life," and then in parentheses it says his words.
Mm.
And and this was uploaded to a reaction channel, so somebody else, reacting to this video, captured this, and we're gonna look at the transcript here and kind of unpack why someone would express themselves in such a volatile way.
Right.
And even without the visuals, the words themselves are pretty intense.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty disturbing. Even just reading the words, you can get a sense of the aggression and the anger and the potential for harm, really.
Yeah. So just to give you an idea of what we're dealing with here, I'm going to read an excerpt from the transcript. And this is what this person said in the video.
You gonna be fucking talking shit now, will you, bitch? I told you I'm gonna get your fucking ass put underneath the fucking prison. You damn right I am. That's my main purpose in fucking life, is to get your ass fucking locked up.
Wow. I mean, that phrase there, get your ass put underneath the fucking prison.
Yeah,
It's visceral.
it is.
It's not just like, typical online trash talk.
Right.
This is like a deep-seated rage and a desire to really inflict some serious harm.
Yeah, it's scary. It's like, what could possibly push someone to this point?
It's hard to say for sure, obviously, without knowing this individual or the specific context.
Of course.
But, we can speculate a bit based on what we see here.
Okay, yeah, what are some possibilities?
Well, one thing that comes to mind is intermittent explosive disorder.
It's a condition where people have these impulsive and aggressive outbursts, and they're really disproportionate to the situation.
So it's like a minor trigger could set them off.
Exactly, yeah. It's like their anger response is just way out of whack.
Hmm.
And it could be something, relatively small that triggers this huge outburst of rage, verbal, or even physical aggression.
Wow.
Another possibility is severe depression, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, sometimes those intense feelings of hopelessness and despair, they can actually turn outward as aggression.
That's interesting. So it's almost like they're projecting their own pain onto other people.
Exactly. It's a way of coping, although a very unhealthy and destructive one, obviously.
Right, of course.
We also have to consider past trauma.
Yeah.
If someone has experienced significant abuse or violence in their past, it can really mess with their emotional regulation.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that can lead to these explosive anger episodes as kind of a defense mechanism.
So they're almost like constantly on edge, like in fight or flight mode.
Right. Exactly.
And I imagine the online environment doesn't help either.
Oh, absolutely not. In fact, it can make things a lot worse.
How so?
Well, there's this thing called the online disinhibition effect.
Okay.
Basically, people feel less restrained in expressing aggression online than they would face-to-face.
Yeah.
It's the anonymity, the lack of direct social cues.
Yeah.
It creates a sense of detachment, and it becomes easier to lash out without thinking about the consequences.
So the internet almost becomes a breeding ground for this kind of unchecked anger and hostility.
In a way, yeah. And it's really important to remember that regardless of the cause,
Yeah.
this kind of language is never acceptable.
Right.
It creates a toxic environment, and it can have real-world consequences.
Right.
So, understanding the potential causes is important for sure,
Yeah.
but it doesn't excuse the behavior.
It's never over.
Now, if you encounter someone expressing this level of anger, the first priority is safety.
This is
Disengage if you can.
Yeah, that's a really important point. Well, this has been a pretty unsettling deep dive,
Yeah.
but it's definitely eye-opening. It makes you think about, where's the line between online venting and a genuine threat?
Mm-hmm.
And it also raises the question for you, the listener. What would you do if you came across someone expressing this kind of rage online?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Would you try to intervene? Would you prioritize your own safety and disengage? Something to think about.
It is.
So yeah, some food for thought for you as we wrap up here. And thanks for joining us for this rather unsettling but important deep dive.
Absolutely. Thanks for listening.